Probably one of my very favorite things to do in the whole world is to teach literature to high school homeschoolers. I get to teach my own kids, which has been fabulous. I also get to participate in a homeschool umbrella school, and one day a week I meet with about 30 kids and we read books together and we talk about books together and we come up with interesting things to do with what we're reading about. Why do I love it so much? I love it so much because it's conversation. It's good conversation. And I think pretty much everybody likes a good conversation. The problem is that a lot of people think you can't really get high schoolers to have a good conversation about good literature. And part of the reason is because they keep saying good that way. That's not the point. It is good literature. If you're choosing classic books, there's a reason that they've been honored for so many years. If you've got good kids to talk to, then you're gonna have good conversations. But if you go into it with an agenda, I want them to get this out of this book because this is the theme, or this is the recurring motif and it's important that they not miss it, you've really kind of doomed it right from the get-go. Conversation with high schoolers about literature is like a good pair of Converse Chucks. I love my Chucks. I love them because they're blue and blue is fun, but I love them primarily because they're real shoes. They're the kind of shoes that I wear when I want to go and do something fun. They're the kind of shoes that I make memories in because I go cool places in them. Conversations with students about literature, they take you places, they take you real places, and they take you with cool people, and they take you in ways that you create memories associated with what you're reading. It's not about whether or not your student can say back what the well-respected theme of A Tale of Two Cities is. That's not good enough. That's not going to change their life. It's not going to help them be the person God designed them to be. But if when they read A Tale of Two Cities, instead, they can think about what it means to them. They can understand how what they're reading is affecting them. They can see in Charles Dickens' words bits of themselves and of people that they know, even though none of us are living through the French Revolution right now. That's when conversations about good literature begin to be real, and that's when they become the most fun. One of my favorite things that I've ever done is to just employ the Socratic method when I'm teaching literature to kids. Socrates, Greek philosopher, right? But the amazing thing about Socrates, including the fact that he had a cool name, was that he liked to ask questions. That's what he did. That was his method of teaching. He believed that the best way for a student to learn anything was for you to ask him questions. Just keep asking question after question. Now, when you think about it, that's kind of the opposite of what an awful lot of our curriculum tells us to do. A lot of our curriculum says, here's what you say, you get your student to repeat back the correct answer, then you have your student write the correct answer, then you have your student apply the correct answer in some sort of activity or project. It all starts with the teacher knows the right answer and wants to make sure that the child learns the right answer. Now, you get to teenagers in high school and you give them books to read, and for the most part they do not want to be told what it is that they are reading. They want to figure it out for themselves. They want to figure out all of life for themselves. That's what being a teenager and a young adult is all about, right? So you ask questions. You say, okay, in this scene, we've got this conversation going on here and this character is very upset. Why? And they go, I don't know. And that's okay. You stick with it. Come on. Why do you think they might be upset? What do you see going on here? What is upsetting? And as they come up with a little something, then you say, oh, but why would that bother them? Why would that be such a big deal? And it goes on from there. And bit by bit, the student discovers the answers for himself or for herself. The student is not now spitting back what you've said matters. The student is uncovering something that matters to him. And it becomes something that he can own. It becomes something real. It becomes someplace to go. It's a journey to take to understand a little bit more about life and the world around them. It's like the Chucks. It's real. And it can be a lot of fun. And it can be the kind of thing that really makes a memory. When you're reading classic literature with high schoolers, you want to be really careful to avoid the idea that there is a message to get out of this story. I bet that almost all of the amazing authors of all time, I bet that almost all of them did not know when they sat down to write the book, this is what I want this book to say. Because really, if you start writing with something to say, it's going to be dry. It's going to be boring. It'll be a speech, but it won't be amazing literature. But instead, these authors, they sat down to tell stories. That's what life is made up of. It's everybody's story. And when we validate that in our high schoolers, when we let them know, hey, there's a story going on here, and you're living a story in your life. How do the two line up? What can you see in this character's story that means something in your story? When we ask them questions, how do you think you would feel if you were in that situation? Do you think that you would have reacted the same way that that character did? Why not? Have you ever been faced with something like that stirred up those same kind of emotions, or that put you in an impossible situation and you had to make a choice anyway? That's when students begin to become engaged. That's when they begin to develop a relationship with the literature. That's when it becomes easy to have a class discussion, because they're beginning to own it. And now they want to talk about, why is the person sitting 3 chairs down from me feeling so differently about this scene than I am? Isn't that interesting? Because that person is this type of personality and I'm this type. All that interplay, it makes it real. It makes it real life. And it makes it something that the student can relate to. When you teach classic literature in a way that makes the story meaningful as something real to the student, they're never going to forget what they've learned. That's why I love teaching literature to homeschooled high schoolers.